And on to our next story, we are talking about Govi, who actually goes by the name Malik Lemmy. But we grew up, watching him on Machachari. He was Govi all the time. He was cute, he was small, he was tiny, he was talented. And even before that, he was actually on Makutano Junction. This kid has just been in the acting industry for so long. He started acting at the age of 2. 2 years old, he was doing voiceovers. Yani, undo industry baby. At 2, he was doing voiceovers. He got into Makutano Junction. We loved him. We loved his character. Then he got into Machachari. And then he's very actually particular about this. He quit Machachari. He was not fired. He was not let go of. He just quit. It was no longer, it's just a thing he felt he had outgrown now. And speaking of outgrowing roles, he now says he has taken the initiative of growing out his facial beards because he feels like he's just been associated with Govi for so long. And now he is in his mid-20s, but people still think of him as Govi, as that Kawoye character, that cheeky boy who used to be Baha's brother, But he now feels like, as an actor, I have really outgrown this. But people are not taking me seriously. Even when he's being cast for roles, he's being cast for the same roles. The storyline of Govi, just a small, cute, innocent boy. And he feels like growing out his beard or just looking more masculine could be the only way out, or just the only reason for him to get more serious roles and better roles in the industry. And I really do feel him, because even if you look like Disney kids, some of them are like 30 years old playing teenagers in movies, and it's so unfair. You're like, yeah. It brings a lot of things, because we've seen people who have gone on very strict diets, people who are just fighting dietary issues because they need to play a certain role. How are you 35 years old and you're playing a 16-year-old and it looks believable? So I feel like there's usually that gap. Let actors play the roles that they're the age for. If it's being older, you want to play an older role, work with
prosthetics.
Yes, prosthetics. But if you want to play a younger role, I feel like you should have played it when you were younger. There's absolutely no need for you to be 35 playing a 15-year-old. It's out of place, it's out of character. Sometimes we do see it in the screens. I'll give an example. Smallville, Superman. How was Clark Kent a high schooler and he was a grown man? You could see this man was in his 30s. Why was Clark Kent in high school? There's always that kind of disparity. Something always feels off when you're watching it. So for casting directors, please cast actors the age of the character you want to play. It's that simple.
Yeah, I think it's very problematic, because I think this also was very prevalent with, you said Govi was a cousin to...
It was Bahati's
brother. Yes. So in the same way that we saw Baha actually having a child with Georgina,
it felt like,
and it's like, why is he having a child this young? Like, what is happening? It's like it rocked your mental capacity to interpret that this guy is now in his 20s. Like, he can do whatever the hell he wants to do. He's a grown man. I think it's the same energy that Malik is also getting. It's very difficult for you to see a child actor in any other light. In the same way, we've seen even Ariana Grande receiving the same backlash, because when she was on Glamorous, everyone's like, oh, she was this cute, young, beautiful girl, and now she's married twice? What do you mean? It's become so difficult for people like Selena Gomez to also even get roles that are grown up. We all just want to see them as children, and this has gone on with so many other actresses and actors. Same way we saw Justin Bieber buy a monkey, and we all just kind of went, oh, this young boy is being irresponsible, his parents should come and teach him better lessons. Well, like, he's 20, guys. He's an old man. Like, y'all need to stop. I think it's that processing, the ability to process, because maybe you haven't watched this when it was being shown then. You're watching it now, and then you actually go and shot this person, and you're like, oh, they're pregnant? What do you mean? Hailey is pregnant? Wasn't she like a child the other day?
I even saw a tweet. What do you mean the Little Mermaid is pregnant?
What do you mean?
And I'm like, what? She's an adult.
Even when they tried to like change their outfits, remember when they went from now being children to being young women, and they changed their outfits and they were showing off skin and stuff like that. We're like, can somebody put clothes on these babies? Stuff like that.
Marseille Martin.
Yes.
In Not grownish. Blackish.
Blackish, yes.
Her growing up was just a shock.
It was a shock to all of us because they're like, no, not Mersai. Let's put some clothes on this girl. And she's over there twerking on the internet, you know, doing all these seductive things. And we're like, you're too young. It's just, I think, the inability of our brains to like process that this person is already older, and we should just let them grow out to become the adults that they want to become. I think that's the problem. And unfortunately for Govi, he looks exactly the same, only he has a beard. Like, it doesn't help that he has a baby face. However, I think people just need to allow children to grow, allow children actors to grow, allow people to just become different. Let's allow people to change into whatever they want to be. Shape shift, transform, be new, renew themselves. Let's allow people to become different, because that's the only way to like move on with life. Otherwise, y'all are gonna be stuck for a long